Just showing some examples of some good desert plants that you wouldn't even need to take care of. You just throw them out here instead of doing a fence. I kind of did a wall of plants that they're gonna grow about this high and keep people from cutting the corner over here. So I started off with, I forgot the name of this guy, but this is actually the cousin to the goji berry. Looks like just a regular bush, but the goji berry is native to China or originates in China. I think I researched, and this is the desert wolfberry. Literally stuck these out here. They sometimes get water if I feel frisky about it, but other than that, they're native out here, so they don't need me to water at all. Let me show you what the fruit looks like. Just little berries. I would have better examples, but I kind of been munching away at them. Some say that they're not edible. Some would disagree. I mean, I eat them all day. They're good for me. But they are the cousin to the goji berry, which is native to Arizona, called the desert wolfberry. It had way more berries, but I kind of come over here and just eat them, you know. See if I can get a close-up. There we go. So just something you could throw out here. Oh yeah, so why did I use it as a wall? Because this also has very protruding spikes. Can't remember exactly if the goji berry has spikes. Sorry about the noise. It's just what it means to be outside. But there goes the berry right there. Not sure if the goji berry has protruding spikes, but let's see if I can show example. Not really. They like really just hide in here. So right there. So yeah, if anybody tries to just cut through, they're gonna get poked. Some more berry action. Oh, sorry guys, trying to show off my berries. So that's the desert wolfberry. Then I have the Peruvian apple cactus, which is, the fruit is also edible. On the inside it looks like a dragon fruit. Chocolate flowered. It is not edible, and it does not taste like chocolate, but it definitely, the flower does smell like chocolate. Another Peruvian apple cactus. So everything I just showed you actually can live on its own. The desert wolfberry actually goes dormant in the summertime to conserve water and life, and loses all its leaves and does not leaf out until reintroduced back with water, which typically naturally comes during the monsoon rain. So through the summer, all you'll see is sticks if it hasn't been watered. And once it catches that monsoon rain and water, that's when it starts leafing out again. If you want to keep leaves on these plants during the summer, just give them some water, and that's how you keep leaves on them. Other than that, without water, they're gonna go into self-defense mode, drop those leaves until water is reintroduced. This I forgot to show you is a toothpick cactus. I forgot the botanical name on it. Maybe I'll list it if I remember, but the toothpick cactus, because of the large spikes, and people kind of like to use them as toothpicks, which without research, I would go ahead and rather use these, because toothpicks, I heard, aren't exactly good for your teeth because they're made from wood. So those are my plants that I'm using for a wall. Then I got some just pretty guys over here. This is the desert milkweed. Pretty skinny, but this is a high attractor of that monarch butterfly. A lot of people like to go for it. I wish I could show the flowers, but kind of already flowered, and looks like I even missed the pods. So on this one, if you're a fan of trying to propagate, you'll get protruding pods. And what a lot of people do, and what I learned, is kind of loosely tie that pod with a twist tie, so when the pod opens up slightly, it doesn't open up completely, and that way you can capture the seeds before they blow away in the wind. And of course, I got a San Pedro cactus baby and a Mexican fence post. And all of these, like I said, do not need to be taken care of. If I feel like watering them through the summer, I might water them, but they do not need it. Now let's go over here. Not really native, but definitely can take the heat. It would just need some water in between, and some lemongrass. Definitely takes the heat very, very well. It would just need regular watering. It can miss a watering, but it's gonna need watering just because it's not native to our lack of water out here in Phoenix, Arizona. This definitely needs water. Maybe not as much as the lemongrass, but this is a Cranium lily. Definitely can take the full-blown heat. This is, I want to say 5 years old. Could be bigger, but it's been transplanted like 4 or 5 times. The flower is very pretty, has small cluster. It shoots off one stalk that has a flower that is made up of multiple clusters of flower, if that makes sense. And here is the Arizona milkweed, which has a little bit more leaves than the desert milkweed. But also this is one that you really don't have to worry about watering. I've seen these grow out of rocks and whatnot. I do have it over here on grass, but I don't really kind of pay attention to it. I forgot the name of this guy, but it has a very, very unique smell in the foliage. If you see it, go ahead and grab it. The leaves literally smell like mint, but something a little bit stronger. That's just some plants that I'm throwing out there, guys, that I have out here that I literally don't pay too much attention to, and they're looking great. I'd say everything that's been in the ground for about, well, the bushes have been, the desert wolfberry shrubs have been in the ground for about a year, and the cacti have been in the ground for about 2.5 years. But the crazy part about it is both of these sand Peruvian apple cactus have actually all started from, this was just a cutting that I buried halfway. You see that in there, it's hard to show, but literally just this guy I planted, and everything else is just new growth from about 2.5 years ago. Same thing with this guy. I planted this arm all the way down about 2.5 years ago. I mean, it sounds like a long time, but I actually been doing cuttings because I cut them and sell them and give them away and whatnot. So right here, cut it. So they could definitely be bigger, but I give it a haircut every now and then to propagate some, because people like plants, you know. So over and out, garden folk, just giving you guys some ideas.